What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Skylar Tashay, and you're watching Sky Diaries podcast. And welcome back. And in today's episode, I will be talking about how payback is never the answer. Now, I understand that we have all, as humans, been in a position where we may feel like we were wronged, and we have this anger build up inside, and that anger will fuel us, or will try to fuel us to make a bad choice and try to get payback or revenge, as they say. And I'm here to let you know that payback is never the answer. Revenge is never the answer. Never be a positive outcome with getting revenge. Hurting someone, the idea of it may be pleasing to you in that moment. It may feel like maybe once you do the thing that they did to you, or maybe even something worse, that you may feel better about yourself or better about the situation that had happened. But it's not going to solve anything. When I was younger and I used to take a lot of my frustration and a lot of my anger out on other people, and even people that may have, even in my mind, deserved it, it was never the right thing to do, and it never made me feel better afterwards. My best advice to give to anyone who feels like they were wronged by a person or situation is try to learn from it, and don't go out your way to hurt someone else. Even if they did something bad to you, the greatest thing you can honestly do for yourself, the greatest revenge, the greatest comeback, is when you start to invest more in yourself. You start to love yourself more. You start to become an even better person than who they were to you. Because, like, for example, me, trust me, I have been in so many situations where it was like I wanted to, get payback, or I wanted that person or those people to feel how I felt. Trust me, like, I have been through that so many times. When I was in a relationship and I was getting cheated on back and forth, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it had crossed my mind to take the guy back and like do what he did and like cheat on him basically. But I never even like got to that point where I did that, because I knew that I wasn't gonna gain nothing from like taking him back and like basically getting my lick back. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna gain anything from that situation, and I wasn't gonna gain anything from doing the same things that he did and just stooping to his level. So what I did was I just invested in myself. I put time into myself, and the energy that I was putting into the relationship and him, I started putting it into myself, and eventually I grew, and I grew so much that I was never even on his level before, but now I was like way past him. So that just goes to show that, like, trying to get your revenge, trying to get your look back, it's never the answer. Like, let people do what they do. People will be so grimy. They will do the most horrible of things, and for whatever reason, and you don't have to go out and search for the reason of why, or I just don't understand how this person could do this to me. Responsibility, and it's not your job to try to play detective and try to figure out, oh, why this person hurt me, or why this person cheated on me, or why did my friend do this or that. I know sometimes we can get caught up on the why, but at the end of the day, look at it as it happened. The situation happened. It made you feel some type of way, and now you have the choice, and now you have control over what you do about it and how you control the situation from now on. Maybe you was in a relationship and that person cheated on you, or maybe you was in a friendship and you was giving more, or they did something that you didn't like, and it really tarnished your friendship with that person. Do not go out your way to try to hurt them. Don't even go out your way to try to stoop to their level, because when you stoop to their level, you are just as bad as they are. And I know that may suck, and it really may hurt in that moment. So even if you have to take time to yourself, not like, even if you have to take time to block out the world and just be sitting in silence sometimes. That's all we really need, just to like calm our emotions down. One thing I really like to do is I don't like to make choices or decisions when I am like heated in the moment, or if something is currently happening. I may even take a whole 24 hours to like respond, or I'll be like, can we just talk about this later, because I don't want to react, or I don't want to go off of my emotions. I want to sit, examine the whole situation, understand how I feel, so that when I communicate to that person, it's not out of anger, it's not out of frustration, it's coming from a genuine place, and it's not coming from anywhere that can lead to a bigger problem. And for me, that has worked. It hasn't always been perfect. Sometimes our emotions do get the best of us, but with maturity and with growth, you will be able to control your emotions better. And I promise you, once you get to the point where you really control your emotions, you really can control how things happen and how you can accept things, understand situations. When you have more control over your emotions, you are leaving less power for someone to control the narrative of your emotions or how you should feel. So always try to control your emotions. And even if you can't in that moment, like I don't believe that I can control my emotions like in that moment when something is like currently happening. Like I said, I have to take a minute, I have to take a breath. I even have to take 24 hours to just get my mind around it, and for me to just sit back and think and re-examine everything. So don't feel like you're crazy for one to take a minute and understanding your emotions and your feelings. You are human, and it is okay to be angry. It is okay to feel frustration. It is okay to feel however you feel, but it's not okay when you take it out on other people. Or a lot of times what will happen is the situation may be small, but in that moment you may feel so angry, and if you don't take time to just breathe and re-examine everything, what will happen is you end up making the situation bigger than what it is, and that person may interpret what you're saying negatively, when deep down inside you're just angry, or you're just mad, and you're just full of frustration. And that's not going to be communicated well if you are reacting out of emotions. So I'm so happy that y'all tuned into this episode. I will see y'all in the next episode, and I love y'all so much. Bye.